I've been meeting people that, young men, I got 2 young men right now that it's taken me almost 2 years to kind of work my way, because they're 2-3 generations away from me. I'm this old fucking guy living in my truck. But I'm being friendly with them. One of them he's over at the gas station, and he stuck his nose into a political conversation that I was having with the cashier. And it was incredibly uninformed and just had nothing to do with reality. And I could tell he was irritated with me enough that he couldn't look me in the eye. And I was like, shit, how do I get around this? I don't want to do that to anybody. So not long later, he was out working on his car, because poor kid's car's breaking down every other week, and it's parked over at the gas station. I don't know where he lives. Said, he doesn't work on his car there, but when it breaks, it ends up at the gas station, and they let him do work in the parking lot there. And I got into a conversation with him about his car. Turns out he actually knows a fair amount about cars, and does his own work, and maybe by necessity, probably so, but it saves him a lot of money. Even if it's by necessity, there's a lot of people that know nothing about cars. So I started chatting with him about cars, and it's like, all right, that's what we have in common. So every time his car breaks down, we talk cars. And I offered him a jack. One time he needed a bottle jack, or he needed a jack. He couldn't get the jack stand out from his car with the jack that he had, or it broke or something like that. So he asked me for, if I had a jack, and I had my bottle jack in the truck. So, we got a little closer. So we kind of talk a little bit. I haven't crossed that line yet. With Max, it took 2 years, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, he went fucking ballistic on me. He got bullshit at me for no good reason. And what I have learned from 17 years of a chronically angry narcissist that I loved and had compassion for, I can take a beating like no other without being fazed. So you can scream and fucking yell at me in the eyes, and I have the ability to listen and understand as best I can, and keep my head about me so that at least one of us are able to continue the conversation and resolve it, of which he did. We did. He was screaming and yelling at me, and I was ready to just drive off and have that be the end of it, but I stuck in there. I listened. When he was heard, he actually threatened me. He didn't threaten me. He stated, "You have no idea how much I want to fucking tear your ass up right now." And I said, "I understand. I know you do. I can see it." But again, I just absorbed it. Let him have it. Not let him have it. Let him have it out on me, because he needed to have it out on someone. So I crossed the line with Max, and we actually, at first it was still kind of awkward, because I've seen a lot of people where, we almost cross the line, and then they get scared and pull back. It's like, all right, well, maybe later, maybe not. And Max left, kind of in a little bit of a huff, and I thought that might have been the end of our relationship, and oh well, it is what it is. And because he had to go across the mall, get a car, and then drove by. So I texted him, said, "Can I call?" Didn't hear from him. 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later, after he got home, he called me. That is an uncommon trait. To face, to acknowledge, to own up where you screwed up, particularly in a personal relationship. So Max and I turned the corner, good friends, eye to eye. It's kind of a mentor relationship in a way that, what comes out of my mouth will be more educational for him, from working on cars to chanting peace and love and harmony to, how to question your thinking. I want to reach out to that generation, see what I can do to keep them sane. and find a way to have a program, whatever. I get funding, I get backing, I get investment, whatever. Find a way, because the guy ought to have a house. Gonna buy him a house? Let's buy him a fucking house and see what he can do with life if he is comfortable and financially secure. So I've gone on and on. I now cleared an hour. I can't believe I can ramble this much, but I have a lot to say. Please continue to follow me. I can help clearing up your karma. You want to give me some money that ill-gotten gains, feel free. I am too valuable a person on the planet to let fail. Let me continue doing what comes natural for me.